What's up, y'all? Fantastic 210 back at you with another sneaker review. This time over the KD4 Iraqi Freedom ID. But before I go into the actual details of the shoe, quick background on myself. I did serve in the military. I know you won't be able to tell from this bearded ShamWow I have growing from my face. But I did join back in 2000. And a year later, that's when September 11th happened. And I didn't go to war right away. I went back in 2003 and I went to Egypt first, which is something I never thought I would end up doing. You know, you essentially getting a free, all expenses paid trip to war. But I got to go to Egypt first. And it was a phenomenal experience, to say the least. The people back then apparently was small as shit, because we went inside one of the tunnels in the pyramids and it was pretty cramped. But I don't regret it for nothing. I got to see the Sphinx. The Sphinx is not as big as I thought it would be. And the way they show everything on National Geographic, it makes it seem like everything is out in the middle of nowhere. No, them shits is right in the middle of the city. Like, the Sphinx is next to a fucking bar. Like, I would have never thought of that shit. But by far, it was a definite eye-opening experience to say that you got to see and touch and go inside the Great Pyramids of Egypt. Like, not too many people can say that. Like, myself, a kid coming from Memphis, I never would have thought that shit would happen. But on from there, we got the call that we were going to go to Iraq. And me, the genius I am, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm gonna cram for this shit. I'm gonna cram for fucking war. Who says shit like that? You can't cram for no fucking war. I'm watching movies like Full Metal Jacket, Pearl Harbor, Black Hawk Down. Like, regardless of how many movies you watch, you can't cram for an actual war. But the way my mind was going at the time, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be prepared for this shit. But we ended up going to Iraq, and it was so jaw-dropping to say that you're in an actual war. Like, you see it on TV, but you in the midst of it. And it's crazy, because you never would expect that you would be in an actual war. But I was able to bring back a few artifacts, and I'll show y'all real quick to go along with the shoe. This is one of the plates I guess the soldiers had when they were over there. I'm not really sure what it says. I think it was part of the Iraqi guards, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. Next up, I got a calendar from 2002 with Saddam Hussein, authentic war tears and everything. I mean, that's pretty neat. I was also able to get this book, and I guess from what someone told me, it's a history of Iraq and Iran. I guess the wars that Saddam Hussein participated in back in the day, as he was coming to power. That's my understanding. That's what somebody told me. But the book is essentially in Arabic, so I don't really know too much about the book, but I'm just going by what somebody told me. But the last thing I got for you guys is an actual blueprint of Baghdad International Airport, and this is for the VIP area, VIP wing of the airport. So you had essentially Saddam's quarters, I guess the president's room, probably had a room for his jump offs. but you get an idea of like how huge this place was. Like, this is just one area, and you know, most of the stuff was pretty outlandish the way he had it. Everything was practically gold, or some sort of bouginess that went along with it. But going into the shoe, I wanted to mirror the Iraqi flag as much as possible. So I have the red base, and I have the white center, and the black midsole. And fun fact, I had no idea. This actually means God is great in Arabic, and I had no idea until I looked it up. But for the red base, at that time on Nike ID, they had the 3M camo option, and I'm not sure how well you guys will be able to see that, but I figured it was fitting to go with the Iraqi Freedom KD4 ID. Come on, I mean, it's a war shoe. Of course, I gotta have the camo print to go along with it. And the inside of the strap, one thing I liked about Nike ID at the time is that on a KD4, you could put more lettering than you could on a normal shoe. So instead of putting an acronym that nobody would probably understand, I was able to actually spell out Iraqi Freedom 2003. And of course, I got the green swoosh. I wanted to try to, again, mirror the flag as much as possible. So I have the green swoosh, which would essentially be God is great on the white part of the flag. I actually have green in the KD logo and green on the inside of the shoe. Did a white lining just to stand out, and of course I have the black midsole, and then I have the white outsole. And you can tell I've actually worn these. I've worn them maybe 3 or 4 times. Originally I thought it was going to be a display piece, but it's too sentimental of a shoe to just keep in a case. I wanted to wear it and show that, hey, I actually participated in something that was bigger than myself at that time. And there are those that weren't able to make it back, or some that lost limbs, and I'm truly grateful that I'm one of those that made it back, because those guys, they paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we essentially could be free today. They're protecting the rights of us as Americans. So this was a shoe I wanted to do not only for myself, but for those that served as well. It really means a lot to me. And the shoe is mirrored basically after the other KD4s. It has the same markings. It has Barbara, it has Big Chucky on the back, people that were important to him. And it's on the Nike ID model as well. But really great shoe. I've had it for some time, and I just figured something I could share with you guys, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it and appreciate it as much as I do. And I just want to take the time to thank you guys for checking out the videos. And make sure you like, favorite, subscribe. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I got t-shirts so you can walk around with my face on your chest at www.stuntastic210.com. And I will see you guys next time for the next sneaker review. Later.